Hello and welcome to Rebecca Assimilates. So today we are going to be thinking about describing words that we are choosing for our scenes and if we're really utilising them in the best way possible, because there are certain ones that we could use to help convey a message across to our readers. We don't want to just pick the obvious describing words, we want to pick the ones that really set the tone for what we want our readers to feel in that moment. Okay, so my first example, from Nod by Adrian Barnes. Paul, the main character, has just woken up from a lovely night's sleep and is talking to his girlfriend. She didn't sleep at all. She didn't even have a restless sleep. She just didn't sleep at all. There was no sleep. And so they're not very happy about this. She's in a bad mood. And then they turn the news on and they see that the majority of the population of the world did not sleep one bit. There's a very small amount of people that did sleep. Sleepers. Paul is a lucky sleeper. Tanya, his girlfriend, is not. While this is happening, they're watching the news over breakfast and they're realising that actually this is awful, and there's actually sleep deprivation experts on the news explaining the slow decline of the human mind and what happens leading to eventual death if they don't sleep, and how many nights it takes for this to happen. Tanya's phone, the girlfriend's phone, goes off. And what I find really great in this is that it doesn't just do the obvious thing. It doesn't buzz. It doesn't vibrate. It doesn't beep. It doesn't just go off. They're not like, oh, the phone went off. I'll read it to you. Okay, so this is Paul's first person perspective. I tried to make sense of what she just said as her fingers hen-picked my t-shirt and her phone shuddered. Her phone shuddered. It didn't vibrate. It didn't do any of the things that we think, oh, that's an easy word, let's just shove that in there. That's not actually important to the story, really. We've just got to say it vibrated. But it shuddered, which really adds an extra layer to the moment of the apprehension and the tension that is happening and that is building. I mean, on the flip side to this, if you were writing something that was lovely and joyous, you might want to say the phone did buzz. Maybe it buzzed because it's a wonderful time. Maybe the phone danced when it went off. So it's just looking for those words that are slightly different from the obvious describing words. And my next example is from The Silver Chair, okay, by C.S. Lewis. So it's part of the Narnia Chronicles. It's my favourite part. The three main characters, they have been chased by giant, ravenous, hairy dogs across sort of a big bit of grassland, and the only way they can see that they can get away from being, ripped apart is to go down a little hole in the earth, to go down this little hole, and they go down and they realise they are in the deep realm of the Underland. Oh no, and they've heard of this thing. It's like one of those things that you hear about, those awful stories you hear about, but you're not sure if they're true or not. Well, they're there, they've made it. It's lit by one lantern. Let's see how it is described. By its cheerless rays, they could see that they were in a natural cavern. The walls and roof were knobbed, twisted, and gashed into 1,000 fantastic shapes. So the words that the author has chosen, they're very blunt, harsh words. So knobbed, they're ugly words. Twisted and gashed, they're horrible, aren't they? And it just really shows how unsettling this moment is. No prettiness has been added to these words. It's okay that they're harsh, because where they are is harsh and it is dreadful, and there is anxiety and apprehension and fear, and the reader feels that with the children because of the use of the words that have been chosen to describe the surroundings. My last example is when a character actually uses this technique to describe another character. It can really show a lot about how a character feels about another character in their use of their descriptive words. So in my last example, from The Other Side of Silence by Margaret Mayhew, the main character hero is describing her brother. Athel sat at the table, his head clasped by his Walkman. Okay, so it's a very small quote, but his head, he's not just listening to his Walkman. Most of us would probably just write, he's listening to his Walkman. It's a bit inappropriate at the breakfast table, but Athel's head is clasped by his Walkman. So it really shows that actually, the Walkman isn't just an object anymore. It's actually kind of like a partnership. Athel obviously does this quite a lot. It's him and the Walkman together. And it's not even an equal partnership. It's obviously the Walkman is like the alpha in this partnership because it has clasped his head. He needs the Walkman. He needs to be listening to it at the breakfast table so that he's not listening to his family. The negative tones of that quote show how Hero feels about what her brother's doing. And it also shows that, you know, it says a little bit about the family as well, that this boy has to do this, to block out his family at the breakfast table. Really, when you are picking a describing word for a scene, just try to remember, don't do it all the time because that might get a bit, but every now and again, have fun with it and loosen up and think of some describing words you could use that might actually help sort of hone a particular feeling that you want readers to feel, to help heighten an emotion in a scene. And just play with it, have fun with it. Please comment below on these techniques, what you do. Are there any methods you use with words, with describing words, to get your readers to really feel what you want them to feel? Yeah, that's it for today. Good luck with your writing. I hope it goes very well. Remember to just have a lot of fun with it, and I will hopefully see you soon.